Hi everyone, my name's Kate Kalthoff and welcome to a Stamping to Share video. I am so excited today to share a card with you that I think is so gorgeous, and it's so quick and easy to do. I think you'll be wanting to do this right away as soon as this video is over. The stamp set that I'm using is called Best Thoughts. It's from the 2015-16 annual catalog from Stampin' Up! That was just released, and I love it. It's such a pretty stamp set. And so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that we're going to need is some of this new, wonderful, very popular color right now. It's called Mint Macaron, and it's cut at 5.5 by 8.5, and I've scored it at 4 1/4. So we can go ahead and fold along the score line. I have my bone folder here just to emphasize that crease line so that the card will stay flat for us while we work with it. The next layer of paper is a 2 1/4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of our envelope paper. This envelope paper, of course, can be used for making envelopes, but it's also a wonderful paper for layering, which is what I'm going to use it for on this card. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually going to tear off about 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch over on this side. And then I'm going to take my fingers and I'm just going to roll up that edge that we just kind of tore, just sort of expose some of the white. Now I could have torn it in such a way that the white would be exposed, but I actually wanted to emphasize the rolled up feature, so that's why I tore it this way. Then we're going to take some adhesive, and I just have a little bit of snail here. And we're going to put that rolled up edge towards the fold of the card and then center this panel right in. So this part of the card is done. So we can just go ahead and set this aside for a minute because we don't need it for a bit. We are going to do our stamping and coloring next. So we have some shimmery white paper. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And what I'm going to do is get some scrap paper down here. And I've got grid paper, which Stampin' Up! Sells. I love it because then I can at least line up my panels on the grid paper and know the panels are lined up straight. That doesn't mean everything else comes out straight, but it's a good starting point. Then I'm going to stamp the sentiment just down here in the lower right corner. And I'm using a new ink color called Tip Top Taupe. I love saying that. It's a really fun color. Kind of a nice neutral color. Then I have this really bright Bermuda Bay color. I'm going to ink up the flower with this Bermuda Bay, and then this is going to be stamped right here. Now some of this flower will bleed off the edge of your panel, and that is just fine. That's actually a look we're kind of going for. Then we're going to take an aqua painter, and I'm going to pull up just a little bit of Bermuda Bay. This is from a re-inker that I've squirted onto this lid here. And then I'm just going to start by coloring in the centers of some of these flowers. And you can see there's not a lot of talent involved here because I am just laying down some color. I just want the center where these flower pieces, where the stamens are, to be a little bit darker. So that's why I'm starting with those. And then I'm going to go in and I'm using a little more water now. You can get more water from your aqua painter by just squirting it. And then, so I'm going to go with just a lighter color through the rest of it. So I'm basically just swirling it on. And it's okay to go outside of the lines. It just kind of gives it more of that whimsical, that little bit of a whimsical look. And that's okay with this style of card. And as you can see, I just keep pulling in a little bit more ink color as I need it. Not too much. I want to keep this kind of light. The only thing that I wanted darker was the centers. So I can go through and I can even add a little more color as it's wet, just to kind of make that all kind of spread out and look really cool. So this is done. I'm going to set that aside. Oops, I had some drops on the base of my pan here, and so I got some on here. But you know what? That's going to be okay. In fact, as long as we're at it, and this is where you can improvise, since I since I still have some drops on the pan, I think I'm just going to put them in a few other sections of my card so it sort of looks like I've planned it. See, there we go. So now I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to put this back in the picture. And then I'm going to take some gorgeous grunge, and I'm inking it up with mint macron. And I'm just going to stamp some gorgeous grunge, sort of just coming off like that, and then a little bit down here. Oh, and I almost forgot, I do need to bring this water pan back in the picture. Just another second here. I want to grab some cucumber crush. Again, this is just re-inker that's been dropped onto a metal plate here. And I'm just going to take this cucumber crush and put that onto the stem right there. I think that looks so pretty. There we go. So our panel is done. See how very little time that took? Now we can add some dimensionals to the back, put it on our card, and then we just have to finish off the inside of the card. All right, so we have 5 dimensionals. We'll bring the card back into the picture, and we're just going to set this right here, pretty much right in the center of the card, like so. There we go. And now to finish off the inside of the card, I am just going to use, again, some of this mint macron with the gorgeous grunge. Maybe I should bring my scrap paper in. And we'll stamp some of those dots here, some of those dots here. There's a butterfly in that stamp set, so I'm inking that up in Bermuda Bay. We'll stamp him down here. And our card is complete. And I think it's so pretty. So I hope you've enjoyed learning how to create this card. Here's the card we just did. And here's the card I had made in advance. Now this looks a little dark right now, but that will lighten up as it dries. So I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much for stopping by Stamping to Share. If you do need a demonstrator, my website can be found here, www.stampingtoshare.com. That's my blog with lots of tutorials and ideas and links. And then you can also find ways to place orders with Stampin' Up! through my blog here. Have a great day. Thanks again. Bye-bye.